Hey sis, thank you so much for joining us for a seat at the table. The conversation continues. I'm TaShana Samantha, the signature woman, and you are invited to the table. Hey sis, welcome back to a seat at the table. The conversation continues. I'm TaShana Samantha, the signature woman and founder of the Hey SiS Network. Tonight, we are discussing a topic that goes far beyond fashion. We're talking about style and influence. Because style isn't just about what you wear, it's about what you embody. It's about how you show up, how you communicate, and how you steward your presence. I am so excited to welcome to the conversation Mrs. Tiffany Missick. Hey sis.
Hey sis.
Now, Tiff, I want just to begin with providing an opportunity for you to tell the audience a little bit about yourself and your journey.
Okay. Hey sis. As she said, my name is Mistress Tiffany Missick. I am a child of God. I am a wife. I am a mother. I am an educator. And I am a stylist. And I am so elated to be here today to discuss about one of my favorite topics, style and influence. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure to have you. And I began each episode thus far with asking the same question to all of our guests. And that question is, what does a seat at the table mean to you?
A seat at the table means the opportunity to have a voice. The opportunity to be heard, the opportunity to be relatable, to be honest, and to come as myself and to tell a story.
Yeah.
So I am so excited to be here at the seat to talk about style.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
I love your answer and the fact that you highlighted the opportunity to be yourself.
Yes.
Because the message behind the Hey SiS Network is about embracing who you really are, embracing your own unique design. And that's what we try to encourage women in, to be yourself.
Yes.
To show up as your authentic self, whomever God has created and designed you to be. That is what we encourage and the message that we encourage throughout the network. So thank you so much for highlighting that.
Yes.
I know before we started our episode, you and I began some discussions about just our story and our experiences and, you know, our shared passion for style. You know, I'm a style girly. I like to show up expressing who I am and whatever that is I envision. That's what I try to capture. But when we talk about style, right? How would you define style?
Style is a combination of so many things. To me, style is your signature. It cannot be duplicated. Style is you showing up as yourself. Style is creativity. Style is you wearing the clothes and not the clothes wearing you. And to be honest with you, to carry off style, that confidence is key. Because just your presence alone, once you enter a room, your outfit speaks for you without you having to say a word.
Yes.
It tells a little bit as to who you are, what you're about, you know, and style is like a magnet, an eye magnet. People can't take their eyes off of you.
Yeah.
Because just the presence, you know. So style really is a combination of all of those things.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's natural and sometimes you have to build it.
Yeah.
Because for some people, they just have that, you know, but for others, it might be a journey.
Yeah.
And so for me to really show off your style is your confidence to say, hey, I know who I am. I'm comfortable in what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And this is me.
Yeah.
And also style is also consistency.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
So I hear when you were speaking, it's and it's something that I capture through the signature woman as well, when purpose meets presence.
Yes.
And I love a woman, and we talked about this a little bit, about a woman who shows up confidently as herself.
Yes.
And can express herself through her style.
Yes.
You know, when someone confidently shows up as themselves through the expression of style, you see a little bit of their story,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Their personality. You begin to see their creativity.
Yes.
So I do agree that style is being created.
Yes, it is.
You know, putting together looks in our heads. We talked about that, and being able to capture that in real time.
Yes.
Visualizing looks in our head. It's not about trends.
Yes.
Because I don't follow some trends I like, but I don't follow trends.
And this is what I think people get confused. People get fashion confused with style, and people get trends confused with style.
Yeah.
And trend is not for everybody.
Yes.
Fashion, okay, that's the clothes, but style is what you do with it.
Yes.
How you put patterns together, colors together, textures together. It's just how you rock that.
Yeah.
You know, so people get it confused about it. It's just what you do with the clothes. And yes, I do agree visualizing it, because that's what I normally do. I just sit and I think about it. And sometimes I go online or I look at things for, you know, a little motivation. But even if I don't, I'll just get up, and sometimes 3 hours in the morning I'm getting up, putting on something to see if this look in my head come through. And once I see it, I go on with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I love it.
It's a passion.
Yeah, I love it, because I love to see when you show up in rooms, and sometimes I like when we connect with our little
yes.
you know, our little crazy.
We understand.
I'm like, she gets me.
We get it.
She
yes.
gets me. So kindred spirits in that way. And it also awakens a part of me that I had discarded. In a way.
Yes.
I shared that as a little girl, or in high school, I used to sketch designs in my head, in my notepad. You know, what I would see in my head, I would sketch it, and I would take it to seamstress for them to make.
Wow.
And through the Signature Woman platform, I get to bring that part of me back to life, you know?
Yes.
And I love being in the same spaces of women who share that passion, who understands, like, it's okay to be over the top. It's okay to be extra. You know, that, you know, sometimes people would describe me as, but I'm really essentially just being myself.
Just being yourself, yes.
You know? So embodying that, right? Through your through the canvas of style, through your confidence, through your conversations, through the way you communicate, through your character. I think all of these things encompasses style.
Yes, it does. And people don't realize how deep this is.
Yes.
There's nothing so surface about this. This is something that it really digs deep. Style is like your identity.
Yeah.
It really is. And if you can't show up as yourself, then who are you showing up as?
Right.
And you don't want to be a carbon copy of nothing that... And style have to fit.
Yes.
It have to fit. And if it don't fit, that means it's not you.
That's good. That's good. Style has to fit. And if it don't fit, it means it's not you. That's a message that we need to highlight to our viewing audience as well, because you know, style has to do with, we often say, your words, your work, and your witness is also your wardrobe.
Yes.
So I like that we're exploring this topic of style. I like that you got into what style isn't, as well as what style is, and not confusing it. It's your personal expression, but as kingdom women, I'm glad that we can be aligned in a way that where we show up, it reflects kingdom standards.
Yes, it does.
Right?
It does.
And I think that's important as women of God, as believers as well. So what is the relationship then? And you started to get into it. What is the relationship between style and confidence?
Confidence and style is like a marriage. That's a covenant in itself. One can't do without the other. And so I feel like, as I said earlier, style is like you wearing the clothes, not the clothes wearing you. You don't want the clothes to just sit on you. And confidence really have a lot to do with how you feel about your outfit, because you could shy away, or you could sit away, or you want to just stay seated because you don't feel comfortable in how you look or whatever. So confidence to me, it just... like I say, it tells people, listen, this is who I am without you having to say. And then too, your confidence and how you present yourself in the room, it tells a message that you want to be looked at as a professional. You want to be looked at as a creative, or you want to be looked at as someone who's chill. You know, you're someone who's girly, or you just like bright colors. So once you have the confidence in that, you could show off whatever.
Yeah.
You could show off whatever. And people just understand the message. Or you like colors, or you like prints, or you like this. And it's just you telling, yes, these are the things that I like. And like I say, it's consistency. So confidence and style, to me, they marry together. Because if you don't have confidence, then your style can't show who you are or tell your story. Because once you know your story and you walk in a room, all eyes on you.
Yeah.
All eyes on you. And you just could confirm. And sometimes people's opinion of you, like you say, they might say you're too bougie, or you think you're all of that. And that's not it. It's just that you're confident in who you are, and you're confident in your style. And this is just how you present yourself. Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it, sis.
Yes.
And I love this conversation, because style can reflect confidence.
Yes.
But it cannot replace identity.
Yes.
And that's some of the things you brought out.
Yes.
And it's interesting, because I know at times you would hear comments from people saying, oh, Tiff, only you could wear it like that, right? What they are highlighting is you have a signature style.
Yes.
That they have identified as you.
Yes.
This is your footprint. This is Tiff all over this. This is Shana. This is whomever. Right? And when I think about what I would consider my signature style is, I like to dress up, yes. But for some reason, I always revert back to, I like a nice blazer and some jeans and heels, girl, and throw in a baseball cap. Listen, girl, listen.
I'll accessorize with a bowl lip.
That is me.
Hey, sis.
That is me.
Yes.
I love a nice tailored blazer, jeans, a baseball. Girl, listen.
And that's what people don't understand. Like, it doesn't even cost a lot. It doesn't even much. And sometimes you go in your husband's closet, and it depends on what look you want to look for. Because my husband, sometimes I take his blazer, I put it on.
Yeah.
Maybe I want an oversized look and scrunch that sleeve up.
Yeah.
Jewelry, accessories, people don't realize accessory really could bring a simple jeans and a simple tee.
Yeah, it takes it to the next level.
Pearls. And now what you can do, creativity, you get a plain ball cap and just get some jewels and bedazzle it.
Yes.
Like, you could just do so much with it to bring up your style. And it just starts from the basic things, you just add on to it.
Yeah.
And people think it's complicated, but it's not.
Yeah.
And so, I listen, I'm very versatile with my style as well. And sometimes I could be bold. Sometimes I could be chill.
Yeah.
So I have no problem wearing heels and kicking it off and putting on kicks.
Yeah.
With a graphic tee or ripped jeans, and, but still being covered
and
as
still,
a kingdom woman.
Yeah.
And still being classy. And some people really don't understand how to dress for their body.
Yeah.
My mommy always say, it's either you got it or you don't.
Yes.
If you got it, you got it.
Yeah.
And even if you don't got it, you learn to have it. Yeah. So I love that. Listen, you have me excited with that boy.
Listen, I'm telling you, that is me. That is my signature. That is my signature go-to look.
Yes.
And like you, I am versatile, but if I can describe what my signature look is, it would really be that.
Okay.
And I love that in every look, you can still show up as yourself. Whether you are chill, whether you're being extravagant, whether you are being, a little calm in what you're presenting. I love the fact that in all of those scenarios, who is being presented is yourself. So we're talking about style and influence. So how do you think personal presentation impacts influence? And let me just insert this here. Now, my girl has been giving out some tips already through this conversation.
Yes.
And if you are a sis that needs assistance with developing your personal style, you will hear a little bit more from Tiff in the end to find out how you can connect with her, and to find out how you can pull out your own personal expression of what style is.
Yes.
So let's get into deeper into the conversation about personal presentation and influence. How does personal presentation impact influence?
It is so important. It is so important. Presentation is it's the first impression that people get of you. When you walk in a room, people could tell a lot. And my brothers, before I got married, just like when we were in high school, sometimes they would just look at women and they would be like, it looked like she don't care about herself. I said, well, why would you say that? Because of how she look. So people would think that you ain't into nothing because your wardrobe shows that you're not into nothing. You know, and if you walk in fully dressed, oh, she's a professional, or she's serious, or she look like she know what she's doing. You know, so that is so important for people, especially in the career field. Whatever it is that you do for a living, you should represent that well and always be professional. Or even if it depends on your daily lifestyle. You know, if you're just going out for shopping or whatever the case may be, like, you still want to look presentable. Don't throw on any old thing, you know, like, you still should take pride in the way how you look. It's all about taking pride.
Yeah.
You know, and so when people say, okay, you really are very particular about the way how you look. And I always just encourage, and with me as an educator, I always speak about presentation, how important it is. And this year I had upper primary. And so I would tell them, if you guys keep yourself together, you could walk out this door and see a scholarship waiting on you just the way how you look. Because they say you look so smart, you look so neat and well put together, like, dress as if there's an opportunity waiting for you on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Because people look at you and they have an impression of you.
Yeah.
You know, so people don't realize that when you are well dressed, you don't know what you'll be walking into. A new job, a new career, or who knows, a blessing to be waiting on you just because of your presentation. So I feel like presentation is so important.
Yeah.
It's very important. And it's self-care.
Yeah.
It is self-care.
Yeah. I like that because style and influence, it opens up conversation where there may not be opportunity to do it otherwise. How you present yourself can attract and draw people into conversation with you. And in my experience, I've often used that as an opportunity for evangelism. Because people, for whatever reason, in that moment, they're attracted to you by something you're wearing. And you're able to engage them in a way that other occasions may not provide opportunity for. So it is essentially like a bridge to the gospel. And you can use that as a topic to get into other areas of discussion where you would invite further discussion with the individual who may be attracted to you for your style. So I think that style and influence can be used in a very positive way, especially in the culture that we're in now, where you know, young people are we've already determined that style isn't necessarily trends, but where young people are so into trends. You know, they're so into external or physical looks. But when you present yourself in a way that may be appealing to them and you're able to draw them in, you're able to bridge that divide. You're able to have those conversations. Earlier, I was, you know, preparing to leave the home, and my eldest boy said, "Mommy, you looked good." So my style influenced him. You know,
it does.
Because he's kind of in this phase where, you know, he's a gamer. He wants to be, you know, to himself. He's kind of an introvert, etc., etc. But in that moment, I was able to pull him away from what had his attention. But because of my style,
the magnet. It was a like I say, it's like style magnet. Is like a magnet. The eyes can't wow.
The magnet.
It really could stun you to be like, wow, you look nice.
Girl, I love it. This is
it's a magnet.
An exciting topic for me because I love it.
And for me too, like I say with my job, and people always say, oh, you're getting dressed up for them children. I'm not getting dressed up for the children, I'm getting dressed up for me. Because that is a boost for me to start my day, because I always say, when you look good, you feel good.
Yes.
And students, I don't care what grade level, grades 1 to 6, like I'm already tall, but they just look at me from the top and look all the way down. And I'll ask them a question, and they'll be like, I like your belt, or I like your hair, or I like your lipstick. So I'm like, even as a teacher, you're being an influence, not just with education, but also with life and how they carry themselves. And they could be like, I would like to one day be you or be like you. But I'd say it's not to be me. It's just to let you know that, hey, you could keep yourself looking great.
Yeah.
And just the same impact that I have on you, you could have on other people.
Yeah.
And I also teach them too, not just me telling them how important personal presentation is, but they could actually see it. And also, too, I noticed some children, they would fix up themselves, or they would come with their tie, or they would take more pride in their hair. You see the edges slick down, and because and some of the girls have their lip gloss on, and they write little notes to say, they like the way how I look. So that people don't realize how presentation and just showing up, how it really influences even the children. Notice it.
Yeah.
Even children, and like you say, your boy, he like stop. Like it's just a magnet. People are drawn to you, and I never realized that until I started teaching how much children really absorb you.
Yeah.
And they could, and they talk about you because the parents will come and
Yeah.
say, oh, they see this and they see that, so people are watching, and you don't know who's watching. So you never want to get ready. You want to always stay ready.
Yes.
In style.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
never want to get ready.
Yeah.
You have to stay ready.
Yes. I like that. So purpose, but also presence.
Yes.
Is merging, and we see how style can also be a confidence booster. It can change kind of where you're at and the season you're in, just by showing up authentically as yourself and expressing that through your style, which is embodied through your wardrobe, your canvas, etc., etc. And as we continue the conversation, how can women develop their own authentic style?
First of all, I feel you really have to know who you are. Because like we said, style is also like your identity. And if you do not know who you are, then you don't know how to begin with styling yourself. So, and it just start with simple questions. I feel like just asking, like, what is your favorite color? Also knowing your shape. What fits you and what don't, what flatters you and what don't, and just being intentional, so I feel like once you get to know who you are, and the only way you get to know who you are is to get to know who you are in Christ, and to know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and so you embrace who you are. And once you know who you are in God, Mrs. TaShana, once you know who you are in God, and for me, it was a journey to get there, because I struggled at one point with self-esteem. And when I share with certain people, they were like, what? You struggled? I'm like, yeah, I did. And like, it was a journey in me getting to know me, and it's not based on somebody else's opinion. When someone tells you that you look nice, that's confirmation for what you already know.
Yeah.
And it's not being cocky or anything, but you are confident and you are certain as to who you are in Christ. And once you know your design from Him, and to know that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, once you know that, okay, then you start to look deeper in what it is that you like about yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe you might like to show your legs. Maybe you might like your shoulders. Maybe you like your lips. And so once you get to appreciate certain features about yourself, what colors you like, what you like covered, what you like seen, but modest, of course. And I want to highlight dressing modest. Like, let's really talk about that. Like, just not feeling like you have to show off your skin. So when you wear the clothes fit you and your body type.
Yeah.
And so I feel like once you know all these things about yourself, then you just sit down and just do a self-evaluation. And once you know what it is that you like, and then you just be intentional, take baby steps. So even if you just you're a simple person like jeans and a plain top, but try a color. Or try your animal print. Or let's try something with your accessories. Also to find out what hairstyle you like, what hairstyle that suits you, that you know will go with every fit. Like, you just start small and just build on it, and they go in stages. Like I say, some people it's a journey to get there, and for some they naturally have it, But I feel like it's just getting to know who you are.
Yeah.
And once you know who you are, then you should be able to discover your likes and dislikes, what fits your body and what don't. And then that confidence start to build. And it's just like when you get your hair done, how you feel. You get your makeup done. You get your nails done. You want to go out. You want to show that you feel good. It give you a boost. You don't feel frumpy. So I feel like just to get to know yourself and take baby steps and getting there by knowing your likes and dislikes and just build off of that.
Yeah. I like what you said, because to me, your style and how you exude it settles the identity question. And I'm happy that you were able also to share a little bit of your journey of where you were, but where you are now, and you exude that. So the story you tell through how you show up, it resonates with women, especially women who was once at a place where they weren't as secure within themselves, but now they're in a place where they can show up authentically as themselves. And I think that's a beautiful part of the style story. I believe it's a beautiful part as for us as signature women. We show the process of going through that transformation, that developing, God bringing and showing us how we are uniquely designed and fashioned, so that when we show up authentically, we show up confidently, and we don't show up and change to suit the opinions of others. So it leads me into the question, why do you think so many women struggle with comparison?
That used to be me, comparing yourself. The spirit of comparison, that is not of God. That's of the enemy. Because when you are comparing yourself with other women, that means you're starting to speak negativity about yourself and saying, I can't, or she do this better than me, or she have this, or she look a certain way, I don't look this way, she attract. Everybody ministry is different. Yours is different from her ministry. So once you learn, like I said, once again, who you are in Christ, and you know who you are, you don't have to compare. And that's why I feel like some people compare themselves, because they have a problem complimenting other women. Because you are comparing yourself to say, oh, she's prettier than me, or she this than me. Once you know who you are and you're confident in just you being yourself, it takes nothing away from you to compliment another woman. And so once we stop comparing, then maybe we learn how to connect. And you will be surprised what you could build with another woman, and stop comparing yourself, because all of us have a different plan and a different purpose God has for us. So we can't compare, because what God has for me might be different for you. And so how about let's get together and do something and build something to influence, rather than to shun because you feel like you can't match up. Once you know who you are in Christ, and I keep coming back to that, because once you don't know, you will struggle with self-esteem, you will struggle with fear, and also combating these negative thoughts with the Word of God. And that's what I had to do in stages, and learning who Tiffany was and what Tiffany like, and what message do I want to send out when I step into a room among my peers, or or with friends, or with family, or with strangers, whoever, like what it is that I want them to see. Confidence, bold. Yeah, you tall, you like Amazon, but you step and you demand. I always have a big stepper. I'm not a little stepper.
Good.
So when I step, I step.
Good.
Yeah, so that took some time though. And for me to really do self-evaluation. So once you do that, you have no need to compare, but we do that because we don't know who we are. The identity is lost, and you do not know who you are. So once you don't know, then you always feel as if that you have to match up, or she have this and I don't have that. All of us shape different. Personalities are different. So you just embody who you are and go from there.
Something you said was, when we stop comparing, then that's when we can connect. I think when we place so much focus on comparison between ourselves and others, we really devalue who we are, how we are gifted, how we are skilled, how we are designed, how we are created. But if we allow, or we embrace who we are, compliment and appreciate the gifting or how someone else is designed and uniquely made, but don't allow that to turn into comparison. Comparison versus appreciation. That is the killer. We should appreciate one another,
Yes.
compliment one another.
Yes.
And one of the ways we can get into that and form it as a habit is through practice.
Yes.
I
Yes.
heard someone said that a former boss of theirs challenged them to daily find something to compliment another team member on.
Yes. Yes.
So whatever it is, you find something to compliment another woman on. Develop that habit.
Yes. Yes.
Develop a habit and a lifestyle of appreciating the other person. Girl, you look good. Girl, you look good. You hear me? You know, it's not taking anything away from you. And that's the people I like to be around.
Yes. Women
People
encouraging women.
Women
Yes.
encouraging women.
Yes, I'm here for
women
it.
who are authentic. Women who do not have secret agendas.
No. And they're confident in who they
Yeah,
are.
be
Yes.
confident in who you are.
Yes.
You know that their words, there is substance to their words, and there is not really a hidden agenda behind what they're saying. Like sometimes people would compliment, but they're really trying to mock.
Yes.
Trying to mock you, or they're trying to highlight your difference as an issue, but they're masking it as a compliment. I like the fact that you said you're a big stepper. So if you want to mock something, mock the confidence that I have in stating I am a big stepper and I know who I am. Because I think what is really happening in moments is like that. When they have these hidden agendas, it's really them telling on themselves. They're really insecure. You know, they're really struggling with confidence. They really need some development in that area.
Yes, they do. Yes.
But when you get to that point, when you get to that point, when you know who you are, you can show up confidently and authentically with your own unique style. So how do you think women, or how can women style their influence without becoming someone they're not?
How you could style your influence is just setting a goal for your day. What it is that you want to be seen as, or what is your purpose for that day. And then you would know how to style yourself to influence others. So if you want to appear as a professional, then your wardrobe for that day is professionalism. If you just want to be chill, or you just want to be you feel like you want to take it out of the box a bit, like you dress for what the message that you want to send out. And so I feel like once you know how you want to style for that day and what message you want to go out, then you know exactly how you are to present yourself before you leave your home. So just know what message you want to send out. If I'm a professional, I'm going to work, then you dress like a professional from head to toe. And my thing is, be intentional about it. Be very intentional about it. And so I feel that is one way that you could just find out, okay, what is it I want to step out as today? How do I feel today? Do I feel like wearing heels? Do I feel like wearing flats? And listen, if you're the high heel person, pick up kitten heels. And kitten heels are so cute. If you're a sneaker person, there are different styles and sneakers. You could create your own sneakers. If you feel like wearing a tutu that day, then your influencers say we could wear a tutu throughout the day at 12 o'clock. It don't have to be an evening event. It could be a day event. So you style your influence the message you want to bring out on that particular day. Because it might be different days. You feel a different way. But you still show up as yourself.
I love it. I cannot reiterate how much I love this
Sam,
listen, I love being around people like Tiff because she gets it. And it keeps me accountable. On those days when I just want to show up as blah, I'm like, listen, being in company really encourages me.
It does.
It keeps me accountable. It speaks to a part of me that I love. I love styling my influence. I like showing up authentically as myself. And so being around Tiff and other like-minded women is so encouraging. But I'd like to pose this question to our audience. And we've talked about style, we've talked about influence, and I want you to write in the comments when you hear the word style, what comes to mind? When you hear the word style, what comes to mind? One of our core messages at the Signature Woman is style your influence.
Yes.
It's style your
Yes.
influence, because
Yes.
we understand that there is a fusion of purpose but also presence.
Yes.
It was never, or style was never meant to be separate.
Yes.
And as I started developing in the faith, I think at one point I put it down because I thought that there was no place for style in the kingdom.
There is.
But God showed me a different message, that style can also be influential and also be used to bring glory to God,
Yes.
and to point others to Christ. So when people hear the phrase style your influence, they often think we're talking about fashion or just appearance, but it is truly more deeper than that. It means being intentional about what you steward, what God has entrusted you with,
Yes.
and how you show
Yes.
up.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we've talked about what that phrase means. But as we wrap up the conversation today, and listen, I could go on and on and on, because it is a topic that I love talking about. I'd like for Tiff just to, if you could just speak to our viewing audience and give them some type of advice. What would you give the woman who is learning to embrace their unique design? What advice would you give that woman?
Hey sis, first of all, I want you to know that you are beautiful, just the way that you are, and I want you to see yourself as that. And so that's the first step of appreciating your unique design, because we are all different, and so there's no need to compare ourselves. So let's work on telling yourself that you are beautiful and you are unique. Secondly, just ask yourself the question on what it is that you like, what it is that you want to highlight, and how do you want to be addressed? Because the way how you dress is what you attract. And so you just want to be mindful as to what type of people that you want to attract. Okay, and so I would say for sure, take time out. If you're not sure as to where to go, you could hire a personal stylist like myself and give you guidance. And it's not to change you, but it's also to enhance you and to speak life into you. Because sometimes women need encouragement because they feel like this is too much or I can't do it. But like I said earlier about networking with other women, so I could say I love the way how TaShana carries herself. And so rather than myself comparing myself to her, how do you do it? Give me some tips and ideas on how I could look and present myself. Not to say to look like you, but to say, how do you get up every day and do it? Like, what motivates you? So connect with other women as well who are like-minded and who could just help you to motivate, to give you some type of motivation. Because sometimes we have to hold each other accountable in this sisterhood. And I see Hey SiS as a sisterhood where we look out for each other and say, well, hey, this is how you could do it. Because it doesn't take much and people think it takes a lot. But sometimes it's very simple. And just how you style it, you will be surprised when you look in the mirror. Is this the same person? Sometimes if you know how to do makeup, YouTube have free tutorials. Just simple store-bought that don't have to be expensive. And you just enhance your beauty. Like I say, focus on what hairstyle that complements you, what style with your favorite color. And so just take baby steps, and I'm heavy on the word to be intentional with it. Be intentional, and I promise you, once you put yourself together, you will feel different. You almost feel like you could conquer the world, because you were intentional with it. So just take those type of steps in connecting with other women, knowing who you are, learning your body, and if you're not sure who you are, ask the Holy Spirit for guidance to show you who you are, because we are all fearfully and wonderfully made, and God is all about beauty. We look around and we see God all around. So there's nothing wrong with being a child of God and being well dressed.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Before we close this episode, I'd like to give Tiff an opportunity to share what's next for you.
Well, thank you so much for asking. I have recently started my business in styling. And my business is called Style Guides Consultant Agency. I just started last year, May. It was spoken into me as we were sharing earlier, from a nail tech. She said, why don't you style people? Because she always compliment me. She said, why don't you share it? And I always felt as if there was more. And I have a passion for looking good. And I also have a passion for seeing other women I style men as well. I have a passion just to see a human look well put together. And so I just felt the need to just step out on faith. Not having to know everything, but I said, let's birth Style Guides Consultant Agency. So what we do is we don't sell clothing, but we just give guidance as to how you could discover your style if you do not know your style. Also to help you to enhance your style as to what you could do. If you want to make some changes, you want to step out of the box a bit, that's where we come in.
Yeah.
It's not to change you, but it's just to enhance you.
Good.
Yes. And so we do personal shopping, we do customized looks. If you want ideas, how you could put together work wardrobe, church wardrobe, leisure, or a special event, I'm your girl. If you want to go through your closet and let's audit some things to see what works, what don't work. Because sometimes people have a closet full of clothes and don't know what to do and keep buying clothes, but you don't know that you have the magic right in your closet.
Yes.
We also do glow ups for those who want to do a makeover. Maybe you want to say, you know what, let me just do something different. Or if you want to treat someone to a makeover, we do that as well. So I'm super excited where God is taking me one day at a time. And I'm so appreciative of the opportunities and the doors he has opened. And this is a long-term business for me. There's nothing temporary about this because I do love fashion and I do believe that it is a ministry to speak life into women and to pass on the confidence that I have developed over the years, to share my journey, my testimony as to how you could build the confidence in knowing who you are first in Christ, because you don't know who you are unless you have Christ in your life.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Tiff. It has been such a fun conversation. Listen, follow her on social media platforms through Style Guides. Style Guides
Consultant Agency. I'm on Facebook, Tiffany Missick, Style Guides Consultant Agency. I'm also on Instagram, SG_consultant25. And I'm also on TikTok, SG Consultant Agency. And you can contact me on 438-6737.
Awesome. And so, can you hear all of that in the background? So listen, this has been another fun-filled episode on A Seat at the Table. The conversation continues. Listen, let me remind you, when faith fuels your function, you don't just walk into rooms, you shift atmospheres. God has designed you on purpose and for purpose. So until next time, sis, take your seat. Hey, sis. Oh, that was good. That was good. The camera was on. That was good.